about like the difference, like our priorities. Um,
Definitely.
yeah.
And just to touch on another point, I think, and this is kind of, we're seeing a shift where this is moving into the church, even more so, but it's just this emphasis of, like you said, being a girl boss. I think it's moving into this idea where it's very self glorifying. And so we're
Hmm.
finding our value in all of these other things because for, the university system, culture, social media is all telling women that being a stay-at-home mom, being a homemaker, being a wife, being a mother is not enough. And so a lot of women I've talked to feel like just the lies that they have heard throughout their life is that they're not ambitious because they're not going to work for the man. Which it's funny.
Right.
It's funny how that like feminist narrative plays out, where they want to eradicate women from the home just so that they can get a paycheck from a man.
I was gonna say,
So
because
it's
most of
like,
those companies are owned by men. No matter how you slice
yeah,
it, they're owned by men. So you're
yeah.
working for another man.
So
That's not even your man.
mm,
Yeah, not even your
yeah.
man. Yeah, and I think another issue that we have that I don't know how to fix it is there were years ago, for example, women couldn't even have their own bank accounts, and I think that like I understand why at the time that was probably more acceptable, but I think we're in a season of like overcorrection. Like women couldn't do X, Y, and Z, and there were men who were abusing their power. Absolutely. There were men who were doing things that were unsavory, sure. But um now we're like overcorrecting. Now we're doing things that like are more harmful instead of just trying to get right. It's like the pendulum has swung. And that's what feminism has turned into. It's turned into just making sure we're anti men instead of like pro woman. Wow, that's I made that up on the spot. That's actually a good example. Yeah.
I definitely think so. And I think, when I talk to, when I, just in conversation about the topic of feminism and women's rights, is I think there's a difference between women's rights and feminism. And
Mhm.
we, because women's rights are very, I mean, it's very basic. It's just, okay, our right to vote, our right to drive a car, our right to have a bank account. But then you have that one aspect of it, which was a very small aspect because it really just manifested into several different waves that infiltrated and really started in the education system.
Oh.
And so, I mean, we're seeing the effects of that today in many ways. And it's because of social media. I mean, it is just magnifying and it's multiplying and spreading like you wouldn't believe. I don't know how to slow that. I think the only
Yeah.
solution to slowing that down um, I
Right
mean,
on
it's
it.
God, the church.
Yeah.
It's the church, but even it's even infiltrating the church now. So it's very crafty. It's very crafty.
Yeah.